Hi, I'm Marty Richardson from ChefMartyRich.com. Welcome back to our daily tip series. Today is the last in our series of entertaining and menu planning ideas for Thanksgiving. Lost count of days, and I've run out of days, and tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So, the topic today is pie dough, because I've had several calls on the 30-minute consultation recently, and they've all been about pie dough. So that's why I'm going to wrap it up with that topic. So, 5 easy step process. Use a food processor if you have it. It keeps your fingers from melting the fat. You don't want that to happen. You actually want the flour to coat pieces of fat. Large size pieces, meaning pea-sized, are necessary to give your pie dough flaky. The really tiny pieces of fat wrapped in flour make sure that your dough is tender. That fork tender, that's what that means. Okay, the second tip is to add your water slowly. We're only talking about a few tablespoons here, so add a couple of tablespoons, and the key is to not use as little water as you possibly can. Too much water makes a tough crust, and by tough I mean that pie that you get through the top and you can't get through the bottom crust at all. That's tough crust. Number 3, use a fork to pull the flour and the moist flour which you just watered around the edges towards the center. This is not something you stir with a wooden spoon. This is not something that you put on the counter and knead. That is bread dough. Pie dough needs a really light hand, or you get tough dough. Okay. So, 4, you want to take some of the dough and squeeze it in your hand in a ball. If it doesn't stick together, you don't have enough water. If it does, stop adding water right then. Number 5, refrigerate the dough. You pat it all together into a disc or a ball, whichever is more convenient. Disc is easier to roll out once it cools down. Wrap it in plastic wrap, put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to an hour. Take it out. It's much easier to roll cold dough. Flour your counter or surface very lightly. If you add too much flour at this point, it's also going to make your dough tough. Once you've rolled out the dough and put it into the pie shell, put the pie shell with the dough back in the refrigerator for another 30 to 60 minutes, and that's going to help relax the dough so it doesn't shrink. That's why it shrinks sometimes if you've had that problem. Okay, I was going to give out the number for the turkey hotline. I haven't done that, so I'm going to do that now. And the Butterball hotline is 1-800-288-8372. That's 1-800-288-8372. Now, the USDA Poultry and Meat hotline is 1-800-525-4555. That's 1-800-535-4555. Now, I just wanted to go through a quick recap. I know we did like 45, 46, maybe 47 different videos in the last month and a half, so I wanted to do a quick recap for you to give you the highlights. 1, choose simple store-bought appetizers. This is not the main event. This is just something for people to nibble on. Try to take the pressure off. Use pre-made appetizers. Secondly, brine your turkey. It's going to help with it being juicy and flavorful. 3, choose lots of sides. It's going to give more people more things to choose from. Keep your eye on textures, colors, and flavors. Variety is the spice of life. Number 4, do not stuff your turkey. Okay, make dressing. Mix up the stuffing, put it in a casserole dish, bake it separately. You'll have much more crunchy bits that most people really enjoy anyway. The next thing is 165 degrees using an instant read thermometer is the magic number. Remember it. It's for making sure that your turkey is done, and heating, making sure that your stuffing is done, and checking leftovers being reheated, all 165 degrees. The next is you want to make your desserts today, ahead of time. Don't wait until Thanksgiving Day to start making dessert. This is an easy way to get one big thing out of the way. The next is pre-party planning prevents panic, but it also gives you room in your oven to make dinner rolls. Please do. I'm telling you, if you make fresh rolls, they will be the hit of your meal. So figure out how to get it in there. And lastly, eat or freeze all of your leftovers before Monday. Don't have your leftovers hanging out into next week, okay? It's just not safe. Okay, thanks very much. I'm glad you watched. I hope you've got some good ideas and tips out of this series. If you have ideas for future series, please go to the website and leave a comment, and I look forward to shooting the next series. Thanks very much for watching. Bye. Have a great Thanksgiving.